I can't open the tailgate because it's frozen shut. Hello there, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Last night the temperatures got down to about -3, -4 degrees Celsius, which means I have 2 cars to de-ice and cold start, preferably before I turn into an ice cube myself. Welcome to a chilly CarSpyTV. Car 1 is this 2005 Nissan Primera P12, which as you can see has a generous splattering of ice on the windscreen, and indeed down there on the bonnet, and indeed down the side of the car. See the doors there? Including the handle, look at that. And of course the windows are covered as well, but nonetheless I'm confident this car will start up because it always does. I'm not so sure though about this older Nissan Micra K11, partly because the battery is past its best, but also it is missing a spark plug at the moment. That plug has spent the last week sitting on my desk, so I need to put that back in before we even think about trying to start this old thing. Now this is the de-icer I've used for many years. It's CarPlan Blue Star de-icer, and as you can see it comes in a nice big 600ml spray can. I've been happy with this product, but look, this particular can is almost empty, and the other day when I went to the shop to buy some more I couldn't get it, but I did instead find another CarPlan product, this time in more of a liquidy form and in a bottle. So I think what we'll do, just for fun, is try to establish whether one is better than the other by treating half the windscreen with my traditional aerosol can and half with a Johnny-come-lately. Why not? Okay, so let's spray the driver's side of the windscreen with the traditional aerosol. Oh yeah, lovely. Very familiar. What do you reckon? Do you reckon that's about the halfway point? I think so. And then the near side of the car with this new one. Seems to be going on quite nicely. I'm going to put a decent amount on because I don't want to spend hours scraping it. Look at that, -4 degrees Celsius. No wonder I'm freezing. So let's scrape off the windscreen and see if one can of de-icer performed better than the other. And after this momentous experiment, I can exclusively reveal there's no difference. Oh well. So naturally, we want to get the engine running on this old Nissan Primera P12 so we can get a heat floating around and defog the interior. But there are a couple of things to bear in mind if you're starting a car like this in these sort of chilly conditions. Number 1. If your car has automatic windscreen wipers, turn them off, because you don't want them coming to life by themselves and dragging across a heavily frosted windscreen. That can put unnecessary strain on the mechanism. And number 2, turn on the air conditioning, because air conditioning doesn't just keep you cool in the summer, it's a dehumidifier, which means it removes moisture from the air and that will help clear the fog. Now, even though it's -4 outside, I'm confident this car will start because it's got a good battery and the starter motor isn't that old either. So key in ignition, turn it on, and yeah. No problems at all. Oh, it's gone down to, up rather, to -3. So let's turn on the rear demister. There we go. Full power to the windscreen blower. And as I said earlier, the air conditioning is on as well. So just got to wait now for it to de-steam. So while the Primera sorts itself out, we'll turn our attention to the Micra. I've already sprayed the windows with de-icer and I want to now install that spark plug it's missing, but I can't get in because the lock is frozen. So I'm going to try a little bit of de-icer on there and indeed on the key and see if I can just convince it to open up, which doesn't want to at the moment. Come on now. I don't want to force it. Yeah. No, it's not liking it. Let's see if I get a bit more in there. Oh dear. I've checked the lock on the front passenger door. That's frozen too, so I'm going to have to go in the boot. So let's get the spark plug back in, and what I tend to do is just get them started gently by hand like this to minimize the risk of cross threading. That feels like it's going in all right. And now what we need is the torque wrench, which I have down here. Now the plugs on this car are supposed to be torqued to between 20 and 29 Newton meters. So what do you reckon we should go for? I think something in the middle. So we'll try, let's go for 26 Newton meters. That is going the right way. And then just snug it up. I do like a good torque wrench. So what we're waiting for is that magic click that tells us we've got to the correct torque. Shouldn't be too long. We are getting there now. I can feel it just tightening nicely. A little bit more. Now hopefully this car will actually start. The battery, well, I don't know. It has let me down before. Nearly there. Quite a long thread, isn't it? Aha, okay, and wait for the click. And there we go, that is 26 Newton meters. And now we just need to put this ignition coil back down there, like so. Where's the bolt gone that holds that in place? That's here. There is actually a torque setting for this bolt as well. It's supposed to be between 6.3 and 8.3 Newton meters. And my torque wrench doesn't go that low, so we're just going to make it feel about right, which is there. Okay, cross your fingers. No automatic windscreen wipers to turn off in this car, and indeed no air conditioning to turn on to help it defog. Come on. Hey! Fantastic. Good old Micra. The battery didn't let me down, so let's just turn the blower onto windscreen. Well, that button's a bit doesn't want to move. There you go. Full power, bit of heat. Not that we have any heat in the engine yet. The inside of the windscreen is frozen as well. Okay. So the Primera is defrosting nicely now, which is handy because I need to go out. Did you see that bird run underneath it? Where's he gone? Under there somewhere. There's his friend. As for the Micra, well, that's coming along nicely as well. The rear window in particular, because it's heated. But look, all the interior glass on the offside and the front, that's not just foggy, that's ice. But never mind, we're getting rid of it, which means I'll be able to move this thing around on the driveway, and that's handy too, because where it is now is in the way. Well, nice and warm in the Primera now, and that's good because a few minutes ago my hands got so cold that I was genuinely starting to lose dexterity and struggling to use the tools. But the cars are now sorted and movable, so I can actually get on with the things I'm supposed to be getting on with today. So don't forget to subscribe to CarSpyTV. Do me a favour and click like on this video, and I'll see you next time. Farewell!